Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 4 Social Construction of Reality. And our topic is Maintaining Reality and Language. It may be pointed out here that the language that a society uses is a strong foundation and process for the maintenance and perpetuation of socially constructed reality. In language, society finds an institution, so to speak, and maintains social reality through its incessant use both in formal and informal settings. In fact, there are prominent theories which indicate that the language itself may be at the base of reality and helps greatly in constructing it. It needs to be indicated, just as language is a social fact, that the reality and conceptualization of social reality is an aspect of ongoing social reality. If language structures and uses help construct reality, it is also clear that the life experience and life situation also feed back into language structures, effectively modifying them and influencing their overall content. It needs to be kept in mind that the language is indispensable in creating compatible consensual social constructions, and that it is what connects people. We need to mention here briefly that when we consider language, and we are entering into realm of a vast system of symbols, gestures, hints, clues, and even moral prescription, and the fields of semantics and the kinetics, all of which are an aspect of social process and are central to human communication. Thus, the role of language in the construction of a reality cannot be undermined or minimized. In fact, without effective communication, sharing of information, ideas, and knowledge, there is no culture in the society. Language, in its widest sense, is a tool par excellence in the hands of the society, and with its help, both the subjective and objective aspect of socially constructed reality come together and cohere. It can also provide alternative models for reality construction, and in plural societies, different communities or groups do have the capacity to raise appropriate models of reality, which then act back on that community, creating a two-way bridge for communication. Now let us conclude the unit. The whole question then is that of the internalization of the social reality, both objective and subjective, and this happens as a dialectic between the man and his social structure. In fact, the entire idea is to strike a balance between the nature and culture. If the persistence of the social reality is not to disrupt, thus the successful socialization is that in which there is a high degree of consonance or adjustment between the outer and inner realities, so that the human is an active participator in the social process rather than being simply at the mercy of the societal procedures and rules. At this point, we reach a convict, and this is the fact that the often socialization is not effective. This happens when the phenomena of individualism takes roots in a society and creates human who do not subscribe wholly to the social order and social reality. In such instances, we find that there are various socially available procedures to bring the deviants from the overall ideology back to the common fold. Such is the role of counselors, psychiatrists, shamans, sons, and others. We may ask at this point why socialization does not work in many cases. One reason could be the fact that the concerned human child is being subjected to two different discourses on the social reality. Thus, if a husband and wife are not consonant in their behavior, it is the child or the children which are now unable to adopt into any existing discourse on reality, and man may have two or more systems in their consciousness. Such instances may often turn so serious and the deviance is so disruptive of social process that such members may have to be isolated in a hospital to help them get over their conflict and confusion regarding the apprehension of one single reality, usually backed by the dominant version of reality. This is a fascinating area of research, and we find that problems of internalizing the social structure by members is becoming increasingly difficult in the modern and post-modern world, where the stress on individuality is very great. Individuality implies putting one's own perspective in the place of the given perspective of social reality. This usually causes a rupture in the socially accepted definition of reality, where all members are supposed to be integrated and cohere and cooperate with each other. Instead, in present day global society, what is valued above all is creative integrity, and this implies evolving some basic model or paradigm which is not really subscribing to the total paradigm, but to a very specific and important part of it. This implies that we can study the social construction of reality in different ways, and modern man is realizing increasingly that individual and community interprets of social reality and social order are not to be rectified except in extreme situations where it is not a dissonance with society but a breakdown of the entire edifice of social reality. However, as all plural societies indicate, plural versions of reality will dominate so long as the social structure is capable of taking the strain. In fact, nowadays the move is away from monolithic model of societal explanation to micro models of social behavior. Now let us wind up the session, and we have come to the end of the unit. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the self-learning podcast.